What's going on, guys? You know who I am. Send Mr. Bones, or Miser. It actually stands for Miser. This is a electronic press. This is a small interview segment that covers, it's a promotional segment, part of the Walls Close In DVD EPK. In this interview, you'll probably find out a little bit about me that a lot of people didn't know. I definitely represent Atlantic City industry very hard, and when I speak on behalf of Atlantic City industry, I'm talking about everybody in Atlantic City industry that creates. Doesn't matter what you create, what medium you use, or what channel, what venue, whatever, what canvas. If you're an artist or you create a craft, you are part of the industry, be it media, film, photography, music. It doesn't matter what it is, your passion. If you're a teacher, that's a craft. To be able to communicate and teach somebody something that they are not learning on their own, that's a craft, to be able to do that. I've been in the Atlantic City music industry for about a good 12 years now, and it was totally accidental. So anyways, moving forward, I have a few questions that were presented to me. I'm probably gonna just breeze through them for this particular segment, but you're more than welcome to join me. So let me go ahead and get my shit together very fast and break it down for you. Not many people know it, but Bones actually came from smoking joints. Everybody's got a different story. The few original stories, though, was Jack Skellington, Bone Daddy from Nightmare Before Christmas. Back in the day, that's what they used to call me. My boy Smoking Jay, one time when we first met, he needed to get some bud, and I knew where to find it. As soon as he got it, first thing he said was like, "Yo, you know how to roll a joint?" At the time, I didn't, and I rolled two perfect ass joints, man. He asked me to roll two. When I did, after that, he just kept calling me Bones. I started rolling with a couple, with a posse. A couple cats from around the way. We was playing dominoes all the time, and I was killing it. I used to kill the domino game, and they started calling me Bones for that. A couple females also used to call me Bones. That's undisclosed. So one of the first questions is, when and why did you start playing? Well, as I got into music previous to becoming a producer, that didn't come until maybe 2 or 3 years into my career as a recording studio engineer, which was definitely accidental. A lot of y'all know Nas, Blackface, Plan B Records, Plan B Recordings, 157 South New York Avenue. A very historic pillar, and I mean a very historic pillar in all Atlantic City industry music. Doesn't matter when we came in, when it popped up, and when it closed down. It for a period of time was a backbone in everything. We experienced ups, downs, all kinds of crazy shit, but we were there. With the owners, Nasir Alameen, y'all know Tink, Tawana Parker. It was a family thing, and it expanded, it grew, and we kind of infested Atlantic City with our services of being able to provide a channel for people to record their music and distribute their music, and at affordable rates that was professional quality outside of their closet or their homeboy's crib or their homeboys, you know, whatever, makeshift studio. Before that, I was not involved in music. I didn't know anything. I was the airbrush guy. And a lot of people knew me by Custom Corner too. I was the dude that customized the kicks and the airbrush shirts and the shit like that. It was just one of those things that I never saw it coming. And it to this day, it is life to me. Music, it's everything. So I definitely want to, you know, give big kudos for the beginning of this being Plan B Recordings, 157 South New York Avenue. When? Why? At one point, Nas got bagged. He was MIA, and he was the only, you know, the only engineer that we had. We had, you know, me, the airbrush artist, at the front of the shop, and we had Ma Dukes, who ran the shop. She ain't know shit about recording and shit like that. Nas had already been doing it for at least almost a decade previous to that. You know, he started out with ABP. You know what I mean? Murder Moo. You know, that whole posse. That's what it was. I came into it. I was in Virginia, sharing shit that he was bringing to me. He was sending me all these albums and all these mixtapes, all these cats I never heard of. I was in Virginia at the time, and I was like, yo, who are these cats? Came up, was like, yo, this family. And from there, I spread the word. I let everybody know. I put it out there. Everybody out there was bumping it. Everybody out there was bumping it. I'm not going to disclose some of the hit songs that were there back in the day. And a lot of those young cats aren't even with us anymore. You know, we lost a lot, a good 2/3 of a lot of those cats that whose music that inspired me to be a part of this are no longer with us. So let's see what else we got. Is your family musical? Yes. Yes, my family is definitely musical. Which famous musicians do you admire and why? HR from Bad Brains, Mike Patton, Faith No More, Chino Marino, Deftones, FT, fuck that. Let's see, Serge Tankian, Zach De La Rocha, and that's just, you know, let's see, Killer Mike, Big Boy. You know, it's kind of hard. Eka Mouse. Very eclectic array of people that inspire me to do what I do. More recently, people that I've met recently that changed my life, that I definitely respect and have shown me a way of doing things that the people where I'm from some of them just don't understand. They have a mentality that doesn't really warrant taking that next step. And I feel like I am the bridge to bring those two worlds together. Whether cats won't like it or not, no, the cats don't really fuck with me. I know, but I when I pop out, I don't pop out running my mouth. I don't talk shit. I don't talk about what I'm doing. I just do it. I just do shit. I show support. Niggas be like, yo, like my shit. Go to my Spotify. Go to my whatever. I'm like, nigga, I'll buy your album. Let me buy your album. You give me that album in my hands. Ship it to me or whatever. I'll purchase that album. You know, that's support. All the technology is there for you to be heard. You can't make a living off of it. You know, you can get discovered, but you already know me. And I honestly, most of y'all are liabilities. In and out of jail. Can't keep a job. On Facebook all day. Like all that stuff is just something that you have to sacrifice to be able to do to really get what you're trying to get. Like even these gangsters in the industry and shit, and these so-called, you know, all these cats, they at some point they had to get their shit right to be able to be presentable and marketable and to do what they got to do. They had to be themselves in a professional manner. Cats don't know how to do that. What else we got? Do you play any instruments? Yes. Yes. Bones plays. I'm a multi-instrumentalist. Right off the bat, one thing that I definitely do that I can't live without. I make beats and scores. I'm a score producer. I do hip hop and I do instrumentals, and my brothers do that too. You know, our industry, our network, and our label mates, we all do that too. First and foremost, digital beat making. I fucks with FL Studio. I fucks with VDJ. I don't do a lot of talking. Y'all should know. Like, you know, when I start smoking, I smoke. This is actually, we are in the DROCER Sound Lab private quarters, which, well, what's left of it, we actually moved this studio in the midst of building it for circumstances to make it for a better musical experience. And that's something that I'm dedicated to. So it's going to be a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. There's nothing negative about it whatsoever. And the space that we're in, this was also a pillar of the year 2017 and coming a label and becoming a label and coming to being for me. I dabble in a little bit of drums. I dabble in a little bit of bass and guitar. Most definitely, I can't live without it. I gotta cut some shit up. You know, occasionally when I'm at Plan B Studios, I'll fuck with the MPC, but you know, Vada. You know, this is, I'm passionate about it, and I don't really advertise it. This is what I do for personal use and for my creative purposes. This is what I use. You know, I always start here. I go back and forth with Fruity Loops or whatever. I'll sample my own shit on this bitch and just go in, you know, whatever. A lot of things that y'all have never heard and a lot of shit that y'all have heard was created on this. This is my Serato Pioneer. You know, Unitech. You and I teach each adult and child. Unite AC, Unitech. Atlantic City Industry Limited. You know, this is what I stand for. You don't have to stand for the same thing, but if we have the same goals, let's work. Let's build. That's no joke. I'm either gonna build or we're gonna build or we're not. You know, if you're gonna be in the industry with me or be co-company, co-label in this Atlantic City industry, we should have communication. We should be a united, you know, city. And I'm trying not to use that term, but that's what I stand for. Because every time I say it, cats be like, yo, that ain't never gonna happen, dog. That ain't never gonna happen. Cats is too this. Cats is in their lanes. Cats is too egos and this, that, and the third. Man, how much you want to bet I can bring the whole city together without cats even knowing that they have been brought together? It's a thing. It can happen. Shit, for the last decade, y'all don't know. For the last decade, this project has been in motion, and it's something that was just an idea, you know. Last year, Rick Harrison, New Hustle. I believe Rick is New Hustle. You know, with S and he made this comment in a conversation that Thomas Edison failed about like 1,093 times in inventing the light bulb. Well, that's 1,093 times motherfuckers was like, yo, dog, chill. Calm down. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna do this. It ain't gonna be. It's never gonna be. Yo, chill. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your money. You're wasting my time. You're wasting my money. What are you doing with my equipment? Like, that was 1,093 times before he got that shit right. And there's a light bulb inside this camera. There's a light bulb in these soft boxes and these lamps. There's a light bulb in this room. There's a light bulb in that computer. There's a light bulb in this motherfucking machine. Every single one of your devices got a light bulb in it. The street lights, the street lamps, everything. You cannot live without light. 1,093 times. They said he couldn't do it. He failed before he got the shit right. Many people failed before me. And I don't know what number I am, but I can definitely tell you this. I'm not gonna fail. Not with what I do. Not with who I know. And that includes all of you. I'm not gonna fail. This is something that I do. You know, this is growing. This is progression. And people that are around me and fuck with me, when they're beside me, they see that. They see that I don't give a fuck about nothing behind me but progression in front of me. So let's get back to this interview and these instruments and things like that. Alright, so let's see what else we got. Do you attend sessions, and what makes a good session? I coordinate sessions. I'm a project manager, artist and repertoire for the label. I coordinate the sessions. I get people to link with each other. I'm a social guy that brings talent into one place so that it can create more greater product of talent. And that's what I'm dedicated to doing for Atlantic City. I show support in so many different ways. I asked the question one time about an investor. And a certain kind of mind will only hear investing money. Nobody asked what kind of investment. Nobody asked what type of support. Nobody asked or even said what it is that they wanted. They answered the question, which was pretty direct and that's pretty frank, but that's the last I heard from most of them. You know, I see cats that reach out to me that are consistent with that. I look for consistency. I don't have a problem investing. If it's money, it's money. If it's merchandise, it's merchandise. If you need t-shirts, if you need records pressed, if you need a vinyl pressed, if you need stickers and merchandise and if your company needs a rebrand, or if you need a video. Shit, Garden State Pusher told me last year that cats is out here charging rent money for fucking videos. I want to see a fucking Garden State Pusher video. This nigga said cats is charging rent money for videos. Cats is charging rent money for videos in Atlantic City. Yo, there's a lot of professional quality out there. There's a lot of great filmographers out there. However, the last time I seen it, and it's been a while, and I could be wrong, but I know that there are some cats out there that are getting these really expensive DSLR cameras, and they're just shooting your videos, right? They're charging this money to shoot your videos, and they chop up a couple scenes, and they put them next to each other, and they sync the lyrics together, and this really expensive camera has this amazing looking ass product. The film looks great, raw. They are not post-producing anything. They're not compositing anything. There ain't no VFX in anything. All the fonts look the same. It looks like 2015 to me. So, GSP definitely is right. Cats is charging rent money for videos. I did a little bit of research, and you know, that's cool. A lot of cats have credentials out there. A lot of cats been doing this shit for a long time. Believe me, at least once a year I pop out with one video. At least. even if it's the only one, I personally feel it's in the top 5 of videos as far as creative freedoms go. You know, as far as the product, you know, I don't provide anything less than great moving forward. Do you teach music? No, I do not. I do not teach music. I hear music, I create music, I learn music. If you could be taught, or if you could learn from my actions, that's a whole other story. How do you balance your music with other obligations like relationships, children, job? I don't have any children. I don't know how, but I don't have any children. Mate, I work incredibly hard. I'm one of the best kept secrets, the most slept on, the most overlooked, but the most unique individual that I've ever come to know. I mean, before anybody, I've never met anybody as unique as myself. Half the shit I actually do, nobody believes till they see it. Shit. How the tattoos, airbrush, music, beats. We have a few albums. We have a record label. But the truth is, I'm a regular guy. I'm a regular dude. Excuse me. I'm mediocre. Let me just, so that way anybody who's got, you know, especially the ladies who have their hands, you know, already swiping, I'm mediocre. There's nothing special about me but my uniqueness and ability to aspire and create and do. That's it. Anybody, just like you, any single one of you can do. It's nothing to just do. Every time you get online, you about to say some crazy shit about some shit that you know don't nobody give a shit about but you, or the people that you know that you can just go and see and be with and tell them. Think about it, like, yo, is it shit? I ain't gonna put that up there. Start typing it. Run it back. Like, that's not the same as biting your tongue. That's just keeping it to yourself or giving it to the person that will accept it. Somebody who wants to hear it. Go out and be. Go out and do. So anyways, getting back to the question, I work about 4 jobs. I work 7 days a week. It is very, very rare to have any of my time. Even a phone call is very rare. So those of you who have heard from me since 2016, peace be with you. Yo, thank you for reaching out. And I get back to anybody as soon as I can. Anybody who's been reaching out as far as business, investments, or the label, you know, if I have reached back, then thank you. Anybody out there who is getting merchandise manufactured by the company, that's because we support you. Yo, if we have invested the finances into merchandise, the production of merchandise for anyone, it's because we really, really, and I mean a very hard combing of your ability to grind and be consistent in your hustle. we will support you. That's how we support. We see you out there. I don't even want to mention any names because you people know what we do and y'all know what y'all do. And all that consistency makes a difference. It's just like, you know, it doesn't even matter. You know the difference of right and wrong. Either you want to sit down all day and do whatever you want to do and play games and Madden and 2K and Jordans and whatever and keep saying it's your time, it's your time, it's my time, it's this, that, like it's gonna fall in your lap. You got to get the fuck up and get the fuck out and get the fucking shit. You got to aspire and then execute. I respect highly everyone who has been doing so. So, anyways, I gotta smoke my joint. You know, gotta give a dog a bone. You know, it's just like that. Thank you for tuning into this particular segment. I have a little something for you guys. There are other questions that I'm neglecting. So if you sent me some questions, it's again it's a matter of time. We are financing the company, so that's something I do want to wrap up the actual question that was at hand, which is how do I balance it? I don't balance it. I get it when I get it. I haven't really created since my brother came up and then made beats. It was a very frivolous time. Maybe it's the wrong terminology. It was a very trying time, and it was the best time I'd ever experienced. There was a lot of talent that's already secure in the industry, the major industry, that kind of just fell in our laps. And I say our because what's mine is my brother's, and that's how I feel. You know what I mean? So hopefully y'all continue to work hard out there and look for this next rare segment, piece into Walls Close In. Again, this is a promotional interview put together for this DVD for the viral world. As you know, Atlantic City Industry is a non-viral company. We do physical media only. We have 6 albums dropped in the year 2007, including Piggy Banks and the Rest of the Change single, Flares, and the album Lay Desperado. Young Vada dropped Cult Classic. Focus the Game dropped Posse Up. I dropped Collusion, which was a 2-disc set of over 40 beats, like dope beats. 40 hard, crazy beats, man. Let's see. I also dropped The Tradition, which was about 20 dope beats that were submitted for Adult Swim. They didn't make it, but the album definitely got its little credit. It sold out. I think we have maybe 10 out of 1,000 left. Very limited edition, short run press. Artists that are out there that are thinking about distributing music with us or through us, contact NuJerzRiot at Gmail. NuJerzRiot at Gmail. We full silk screen or digitally printed discs, 6-panel fold outs, 8-page booklets, jewel case or digipack. It doesn't even matter, man. We got it covered. Show us that you're serious about investing in yourself and being consistent in yourself, and we'll be consistent in you. It's just that simple. We stand for unity.